So I was playing some World of Warcraft today, right? And then in the background I had Quinn stream running, and during while I was like listening to it in the background, like podcast style. Shut the fuck up, I'm talking. As I was listening to in the background, he ended up having bro, my ADHD is way too strong. He ended up getting a question about me. And a lot of the questions were, what do you think of Mason? Is Mason a good player? Is Mason a good streamer? And then it kind of devolved into Mason is a piece of shit, don't you agree? Mason is a terrible human being, don't you agree? So I'd like to address a lot of that. So Quinn's take, boiled down, was basically Mason's chat is too far gone. Mason is kind of funny, but at the same time, he's like gone way too far off the deep end. He's like misogynistic, racist. He enables all of this behavior in his chat. Chat is a reflection of the streamer, etc., 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 etc. And then he also said, you cannot watch Mason stream in good conscience, or something. Like, you cannot watch in good conscience. I find that interesting because he's literally in this stream. He's been in this stream the last few weeks. I've seen him in chat like a bunch. Now, whether he's actively watching or not, or just has it in the background, I'm not really sure. But he's watching, so I find that interesting that he has all these like negative things to say and says you can't watch in good conscience, and then he ends up watching it. So that's a bit hypocritical right there. But I don't want. It's not about bashing Quinn or whatever. Let me first. I have like a bunch of things to say about this kind of stuff. So first of all, I think it's really, you have to understand, in the world of like the public eye, you have to weigh what you say, as in, does it benefit me or does it hurt me? Does it benefit me or does it hurt me? Like, what do you have to lose by making statements in the public eye? And if you support someone like me, if you openly say Mason's a good person, Mason's a funny streamer, like, I love Mason's stream, like, you are potentially opening yourself up to, like, well, he had Grand Grant on his stream. You love someone who has Grand Grant. You support misogynistic, but you support abusers. You support sexual assault. And then you get like all these SJMs coming out. Like Mason's transphobic. Like he says so many the dog whistling. You support transphobia. And then like you know, so you have a lot to like not gain. You have a lot to lose by openly saying positive things about me. So it's really easy to just sit there and say, again, on the other hand, well, what do you have to gain when you publicly denounce me? You gain Reddit's favor. You gain SGWs. You gain the soy community's favor. So when you publicly denounce me, you gain a lot of support from people because. Let's just say I'm bad. Let's say I'm a bad person. You are based. Let's just say I'm a bad person. I'm a terrible person, okay? Let's say I'm racist. I'm a misogynist. I hate women. I hate people of color. Let's just say all this shit is true. I mean, it's not, but let's just say all this shit's true. You say, wow, Mason's an awful guy. Like this guy is really too far gone. Like, he used to be someone I looked up to, but he's an awful person now. Like, you are going to gain the sympathy and respect of a lot of people when you like publicly denounce bad behavior. That's just how life works. Because most people think they're above it. Most people think they're not in the. Most people think they're perfect. Most people like people who think they're like. Most people just want each other to be good to each other, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But people find all sorts of flaws, and like they look at everything as black and whites, right? That's mainly the problem I have with streaming, is that especially for someone like me, like I have some like really, I wouldn't say like really bad moments, but I have some moments where the jokes don't hit right, or maybe I said something when I was upset and it wasn't like the nice, like when I say nicest, like I have no problem being rude, but like maybe it wasn't a very tasteful thing to say. I mean, I really don't have a lot of moments like that where I'm truly like ashamed of what I said, or like, but sometimes it does happen, right? Sometimes it does happen. And when you stream, people will remember that one moment where you were just like this big piece of fucking shit, and they'll label you as a piece of shit for the rest of your life because you had this one moment, or like you have this one clip, like, right? So I had Grant on my stream. Okay? And a lot of people will say, this guy had Grant on his stream, he's an awful person. They don't care about anything else. It's all black and white to them. They literally don't care about anything. It's, you did this one thing that I don't agree with, that I think is awful, and you are an awful person because of it. There's literally people who think like that. There's literally people who think like that. First of all, I don't agree with that sentiment, but either way, I mean, I don't agree with like me being a terrible person because I Grant on my stream. Like, I don't agree with that. But even if I was to, like, how do you form your opinion on someone? How do you call them a terrible person because of one thing that they did? Like, you had a guy on your stream and therefore you are a terrible person. Like, what an absolutely atrocious SJW 50 IQ lukewarm take. Like, it just screams virtue signaling to me. And that's the problem I have with Dota these days. I feel like way too many people virtue signal because the community is being run by SJWs these days. I remember back in the day, people used to flame each other on forums. It was like an environment to like have like tease each other, maybe do a little bullying. You know, lighthearted bullying, of course, nothing too extreme, nothing malicious, but you know, like healthy trash talk. Dude, everyone always talks about, oh man, we love the storylines, we love the story, we love the headlines, we love it when there's a rivalry, we love it when there's something underneath. And then when you start like, you know, trash talking, like let's just remove me because I don't play competitive, right? So it's like, what's your storyline? Like, you're garbage and racist. Like, let's say like Ramses and like let's say like Ramses and Amar. These people shit talk all the time, right? Like, these people shit talk, they're rude or whatever, and they're like crybabies, right? And everyone just like flames them non-stop. Everyone flames them non-stop and like says they're awful people. And even if they are awful people, it still makes for a fucking funny ass storyline. I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore because they're actually just retards. I don't like Ramses at all. I think Ramses is a little shit. I don't know where I'm going with this actually. I feel like I'm not making my point anymore. I feel like I'm just going off some random ass tangent. My point is, one thing I think about me that people have done for like the last year is they've used me to catapult themselves in one way or another. This isn't, I'm not even like trying to be narcissistic or like have a big ego here, but I think people like Effie publicly denounced me. Like, she said I was like a bad person and she gained a lot of sympathy, and then all of a sudden she's on panels. Sheepsticked, wasn't on panels, flamed me, called me an awful person. A lot of Redditors saw the tweet. A lot of people, bravo, Sheepstick. Now Sheepstick's on panels, right? A lot of people use my name and try to paint me as a terrible person and gain the sympathy of others, and it catapults their career. And I personally think it's like, I don't think that's what, I don't think it's so like, so done with so much forethought. I don't think they do it to like get themselves a career or whatever. But I do think they do it to a degree to like garner sympathy or to like garner attention in some way, right? Because like, I'm me, right? And if they mention my name and they say like, oh, he's a bad person, they're obviously gonna get positive attention from this because, again, Redditors hate me, SJWs hate me, and what is Dota filled with these days? SJWs and Redditors. So I don't know. I think there's like a lot of virtue signaling, especially when it comes to me. I don't think it's like really fair because, again, I've said this before, but I really have tried to cut down on like, I mean, there's like a lot of, like, I don't really want to go into like my life story here or anything. I don't want to get like too into it, but you know, I've been dealing with some shit lately, and like it's been really fucking stressful. Like, my pain, it's just been my pain mainly. Like, you know, it's gotten much better, but like, you know, 8 months ago, man, I was like, you know, it was fucking rough, and I said some things and I did some things, and my stream was a certain way, and that's not really like how I want my stream to be, and I think. And like, I've done a good job, I feel, of like the past month since I've like really come back into Dota, is like taking down a lot of like the extremely not funny, hateful things. I mean, I'm not like an SJW. Like, I do think that there are certain things that are very edgy that is very funny. However, I also understand that there's the problem with being edgy and funny is that in certain contexts it works. But when you have retards who think they're funny too, and they have no context, and they just randomly say stoning Jews and stuff, like bro, like come on, you can't do that. Like, you're literally, there's absolutely no context, and someone just writes the stoning emote, and then they write the Jewish flag, and they're stoning the Jew. Like, there's no context, there's no, it's not even an edgy joke, you're just being edgy for the sake of being edgy, right? Right, like, when I say something about Peruvians, there's a Peruvian in my pub. Like, when I say something about, like, this and that, like, it's usually related to something. I'm not just, like, randomly, it's not like I just wake up, turn on my stream, and then say, man, the Chinese people, huh? Like, you know, whether or not you think that's, like, funny, or, like, there's, like, context to it, and there's, like, at least some wit involved, right? So I don't know. I feel like I've tried to, like, clean up the very obvious hateful, or like, it's not like it's. I know people aren't doing it because they hate the Jews or whatever, but at the same time, like, I just can't allow it in my chat. Like, I just can't allow it. Like, I know if someone's, like, spelling the N-word in my chat, I know they're not racist. Like, they don't literally, like, hate black people or whatever. But at the same time, I can't allow it. You know. You know, I'm not like one of these SJWs who think if you, like, type the N-word one time, like, you're a racist person. Like, you shouldn't say it, obviously, but that doesn't make you a racist person. Like, I typed the N-word, like, 5,000 times, like, 5 years ago. Not 5, like, 10 years ago. Dude, I've typed over 1,000 N-words in my life. Okay? Like, I'll be honest, I've typed over 1,000 N-words, probably. I N-word this, N-word that, and, like, but I was, like, 18, right? Like, you know, I grew up. I don't type the N-word anymore. You know, like, it doesn't make me. I'm not a racist person because I typed the N-word. And see, the funny thing is this, like, I find this shit hilarious. Like, you know, talking with you guys, like, saying I said the N-word 10 years ago or whatever, like, you know, you just kind of, like, laugh about it. And then there's like these SJWs, like, who, if an SJW turn on the stream right now, watch this, be like, disgusting. You think saying the N-word is funny. You're laughing about being racist. You're a piece of shit. Like, you need to take a chill pill, you fucking retard. Like, you need to relax. Like, it's literally just a word on the internet. You need to chill the fuck out, you absolute spastic monkey. But either way, you know, I don't even know where I was going with this. Something about Quinn. Oh yeah, I just think it's really easy to publicly denounce me because I think you gain from it, and when you publicly praise me, I don't think you really gain a lot for it. One more thing before I play. I'll start playing soon. I just, you know, talking about this. One more thing is that I think a lot of people have their own narratives when it comes to people. They view things a certain way, and they'll push whatever, they'll push their narrative however it sees fit. They'll use whatever context to push their narrative, and that means a lot of people see things in black and white, right? Like, let's say I'm talking about Gork C, okay? Gork C did a Gamba stream. I can then therefore say, if I do not like Gork C and I want to push the narrative that he's a money-grubbing, kid-hating person, I would say Gork C did Gamba streams. This guy has no morals, he's unethical, he hates children for sure, doing Gamba streams like that, and he's a money-grubbing piece of shit, right? But none of that's really true, because Gork C never does sponsored content, really. Dude, Gork C is literally one of the biggest streamers, and he does, like, 0 sponsored content. And he runs, like, I don't know how many ads he runs, because I have ad block, first of all, and then second of all, I don't watch him. But from what I've heard, is that he runs very, very few ads. He has done sponsored content? Sure, I've done sponsored content. Like, I'm saying he doesn't do it very often, you know? Anyways, you know, he doesn't run many ads, he doesn't do a lot of sponsored content, he's not a walking billboard, like Eternal Envy, for instance, and stuff like that. You know, so obviously he's not really, like, he doesn't just stream because he loves money and, like, he does all this shit purely for money, you know. He just took an opportunity that was very, very fruitful. I'm sure he got paid a lot of money to do one or two Gamba streams, and then he's just done with it, right? Doesn't make him a bad person because he did it again. Like, that's what I hate. I hate that people I hate virtue signaling, man. Like, if you want to hate Gorksy, hate him for a real fucking reason, man. Dude, if you want to hate Gorksy because he's a fucking crying man-child, hate him for that reason. Don't hate him because he did 1 or 2 Gamba streams, bro. Like, stop pretending like he ruined 500 children's lives in Africa by doing a 1-hour Gamba stream, bro. Like, cut the fucking shit. Like, please stop pretending. Can you idiots stop pretending for 1 second? Like, this stuff defines you as a person. Okay, I'm done. Like, I just think that Redditors, I think people on the internet love sitting on their high horse. They love sitting on their high horse and acting like their shit doesn't stink. And like, if some person does something you don't agree with, you just eviscerate them. You tear them to shreds. And you just say you write them off. They're awful person, terrible human being, misogynist because he made this one statement about girls, racist because he made a statement about Peruvians. Like, these people love just like shitting on other people, man. They shit on them for what reason? Is your life so sad? Is your life so sad that you have to take one thing and just try to eviscerate and destroy someone? Is your life really that pathetic, man? Do you have nothing better to do? Do you not have anything you want to do for yourself that makes you a better person or makes your life better? Are you really going to sit here and hate on someone on the internet? Like, dude, get the fuck off the computer, you fucking loser. You literally have no fucking purpose. You're just crying on the internet. You're literally crying on the internet, or you're crying about someone who gives 0 fucks about you, man. I promise you, man. If you cry about me, I give 0 fucks about you. You go to bed and you write some post on Reddit saying Mason's a fucking misogynist piece of shit. This guy needs to get banned from no dude. He's an awful role model. He's a terrible example for future players. Like, bro, you write all this shit and I go to bed and I don't think about you for 1 second. You go to bed writing blogs about me and people's streams on Reddit. You think about me when you queue up Dota, and you are nothing to me, bro. You are literally nothing to me, and you're just crying. Like, shut the fuck up and do something in your life instead of crying. You literally could take all that energy from crying about me, about, you know, some other personality, about some TikTok star, about this, about that. You could take all this energy from crying and probably save the fucking world hunger in Africa. You could literally go to Africa with all the hours you spent crying and blogging and do something productive instead of hating on everyone else's existence who is more successful than you. I could probably buy your fucking family. Nah, I'm just kidding, much love. But seriously, man, like, these people literally just hate on people more successful than them because they're just fucking bitter. I don't know what you're bitter about, honestly. You bitter because I'm successful? You bitter because of it? Like, what's up? Like, tell me exactly your fucking problem so I can stick a banana up your fucking ass and eat it! Nah, I'm just kidding. What's up? Alex, take things so man. Appreciate it. Alright. I got that off my chest, so. Yeah, okay, it should turn on. I'm updating Dota. I'm done now. I don't know, man. Enable donuts? Yeah, it's all enabled again, bro. I had to turn it off because I don't wanna talk and then like constantly be interrupted by the own sound of my voice, right? Like I don't want to be interrupted by me, and I don't want to be interrupted by anything else. Zoratoro, thanks for that. Appreciate it.
I don't know.
Play Taylor Swift.
The point is Quinn is SJW? I mean, I don't think Quinn's an SJW. I just think it boils down to I mean, first of all, maybe he genuinely feels the way he feels, you know? But I also think that it's very beneficial for a lot of people to say negative things about negative people. You gain from doing this. Quinn doesn't understand comedy. That's not it. It's not. There are things I say that are not funny. Like, I'm aware of it. I've said like this
Quinn
before.
is really respectful and looked upon guy. Dude has a social skills of a dry paint, and his biggest interaction with women was when he stood 10 feet next to Sheepstick or something. Also, all he does now is naming PLP who bullied him in Dota Lamau.
I don't understand. I feel like you started off by saying he's really respectful and looked upon, and then you just went to town on him. I feel like I don't understand. Were you like baiting in the first half? You think I can find a girlfriend by denouncing you? I think so, man. I think the next time you talk to a girl, you should show her a clip of like me saying something misogynistic. So apparently that's who I am. And then say like,
I
this guy's a
publicly
loser.
denounce
I
anyone
hate
who
this
has
guy.
denounced
I
my
think you are
Masao.
right and am
Also,
emotionally
Quinn is a
impressed.
fucking soy
Now
boy
shut
piece
the
of
fuck
shit.
up, retard,
Love
and
you,
play
bro.
Dota.
Thanks for the sub and thanks for doing it. Honestly, I think you're right. I'm emotionally impressed. Now shut the fuck up and play Dota. I'm trying to. I'm just sitting here validating Dota. Whenever there's a patch, my Dota takes 20 minutes to update for whatever reason.
Yo, assembling T alternative stream. Panel is you, Grant, Toby and Demon. Let's make it happen.
See, like this isn't funny. Like I mean, like I understand like this is like edgy humor, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I do find it like kind of funny, but at the same time, I can't allow stuff like I can't allow stuff like this because then the line just keeps getting pushed and crossed and pushed and crossed and pushed and crossed, right? Because if I say this is hilarious, then you guys are gonna keep pushing it, right? Like I don't understand. Like let's just assume all these people are guilty of what they did, right? Let's just assume that Grant, Toby, and Demon are all guilty of what they did. I don't even remember honestly all this stuff happened. But let's just say you're like literally saying that I'm like. See, this is the problem with it. Like, why are you saying I'm as bad as like a rapist, bro? Like, you're like trying to be funny and edgy and like all this shit, but like, why are you equating me to a rapist? Like, I've never fucking raped a girl. I don't even have sex. I haven't had sex in 6 years. How can I rape anyone? I don't go near women. It's impossible.
Nah, fuck Quinn, that lady boy looking dude banned me from his chat cause I said him going to watch Mason. LOL, looks like some malnourished jail bitch.
But like, I don't understand. Like, why are you grouping me with these people? Like, I don't get it. Nah, fuck Quinn, lady. See, like, why, the thing is this. I literally tell you guys that that these people are hating on other people, and it's cringe, and then you guys just do the same. Like, you guys just monkeys? Like, you guys literally 15 IQ? I literally just say that you're hating on some random dude who doesn't give a fuck about you. Like, people hating on me. I don't give a fuck about you. And then you're sitting here and you're just hating on Quinn. You're calling him like a lady boy. Like, yeah, I understand. You're like, if you're trying to impress me, you failed. Test. Hello? I think it's working. It was just like a hiccup. Or is it not working? Let me unmute my stream. It was just like a hiccup. Hello? Or is it not working? Yeah, it's working. Okay, I hear myself. Yeah, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm done blogging. Time to play some Dota. 8482. This ain't a milli rod, some money Danes and my dick game hards at 30 in my pants. As matches. Ranked. How do you do this again? Oh, rank change. Here we go.